This is Boston Lanka News, bringing you news, views and entertainment from Boston and USA. I'm Vayoni Dimel. 21-year-old Thilini Amalka is known on the internet as the Wariyapola girl after a video of her slapping a man went viral. She filed a complaint with the police on August 26th against the man Chandra Kumara, claiming sexual harassment. The incident has triggered its own series of responses. Many expressed their solidarity with the woman, while some expressed anger at the woman for hitting multiple times to the man even after he apologized, and some were dismayed and shocked at the police response. We now join with attorney Lakshan Dias, who represents Thilini Amalka in her fundamental rights application. Lakshan, this video of Thilini Amalka got wide response from people, and I understand that you have filed a fundamental application on her behalf. Tell me on what grounds?
Yeah, we have filed this case on 3 grounds. Number 1, Article 12(1) of the Constitution, which says the equal protection of law to everybody. So what we are saying is that we have got the equal protection of law. Number 2, Article 12(2) of the Constitution says that nobody should discriminate based on the cultural opinion, gender, and then also the place of birth, language, religion, so on. So what we are saying is that Thilini Amalka was discriminated based on gender. Thirdly, what we are saying is, since we also made a complaint and we were asked to come to police, but we were arrested without any proper reason. And also what we are challenging is, before the arrest, they have sent us to judicial medical officer for a medical examination, which is not part of the law. It is an arbitrary action by the OIC of the Wariyapola police. So based on these 3 grounds, we have filed this case, and then we are going to argue on, especially on this gender discrimination.
What about the rights of the man? According to some media reports, this woman continued to hit him for 45 minutes. Nobody should take the law into their hands.
Yeah, I think it's very important to know that Section 345 of the Penal Code is a recent amendment, about 10 years ago. It says that the sexual harassment in the public spaces, or even domestic scene, sexual harassment is a crime. And Section 346 says that it is, if somebody operate, or if somebody acted on self-defense, it is not a crime, or it will be exempted. So what had happened, Thilini Amalka was sexually harassed in public space, and because of that, she has, not only her but 2 other parties as well, and she was provoked, severely provoked and intimidated, and there were acts against her modesty. So because of that, because of her provocation, she assaulted him. It's a self-defense. So that's what we also agree that nobody can take law into hand, but everybody can take action for their self-defense. When somebody comes to your bus and at least asking, can we have sex tonight? At least, it's an issue of public, outcry. The public should react on that matter instead of it is girl. So that's what happened. And 4 minutes or 5 minutes video clip cannot describe everything what had happened there. There's a pre-story, there's a post-story. So everything has to be taken into consideration before we come to conclusion. So that is what I have to say. I mean, yes, we agree that we slapped the boy, not for 45 minutes. I mean, the video clips is about 4 to 5 minutes, but it's purely based on her provocation done by this respondent. So, respondent is purely on I mean, on fault. Or
In Sri Lanka, you think we have sufficient laws against sexual harassment?
yeah, we have. I mean, the new amendment for the penal code is very clear. Especially, I mean, there are a lot of women who are being sexually harassed in public spaces. When you say bus stand, buses, train, and all other public. So someone should react. Unless otherwise people reacting, nothing will change. So this particular person, Silini Amarka, reacted against the sexual harassment on her in a public space. So it is nothing wrong. I mean, what we are saying is we we were provoked, severely provoked, not only once, several times. When others were silent, we have no other option rather than take self-defense. I mean, that's how we are describing the whole thing, and I think the law is sufficient to charge the perpetrator or intruder.
What do you think about the way the police acted on this incident? First, they arrested the woman, then they arrested the man. Seems like police was not sure what they were doing.
Exactly. I mean, what I learned as a lawyer for her when we visited, police was already decided what they are going to do without hearing our side. Because by the time we go to Wariyapola police, we also made a complaint to the women and children division of the police headquarters. We also made a complaint and saying that we were sexually harassed. So there was no inquiry on that matter. We were asked to come for a give a statement, so we went on good faith that they only want to take a statement. When we reached there, they know the reactions came from officer in charge of the Wariyapola police said that it is too much. They have gone beyond the limit. I mean, what's the limit? When a woman is battered by her husband, nobody is asking how many times you were assaulted, or nobody is sending the husband into the judicial medical officer asking whether to find out whether that person is in good mental condition or sound in his mind. But this happened to us because we are purely because Chilini Amarka is a woman, not because of anything. So the OIC of the Wariyapola police is biased, sexually biased, gender biased. So he don't know what he's doing. He was carried away by the public opinion at that time. Initially, once the clip was released to social media, the public opinion in favor of the boy. But when Kirina Maka went to the police and challenged the whole thing, then the public opinion changed towards her. So this is how it happened. I mean, the police acted on various public opinion without considering the law, what they need to apply.
Lakshan, moving to another issue. A few days ago, we saw a video where a police officer assaulting a woman in the Rathnapura town. Now, this is surely a police brutality displayed in public. It was revealed that the reason for attack was the refusal of the woman to the police officer's indecent proposal. I understand that you are appearing for this woman as well?
Yeah, we will file a fundamental rights application today, most probably. Everything is set for that. And this is a kind of a very common police brutality in Sri Lanka. Not only that, I mean, I'm appearing for many other cases in police brutality, including Kandakatiya murder of a 17-year-old boy, and then torturing four others, and then Chilau another torture case, and Hattipur another torture case, and another torture case of 15-year-old boy in Piliandal, so on. So within last 2 or 3 months, I have filed more than 10 fundamental rights applications, including in Amata. The police brutality in Rathnapura is need to be seriously discussed in Sri Lankan society, because the victim of this case is coming from the lower strata of the society. She is a person who provides sexual services for money, I mean for commercial reasons. So the police officer tried to uh, uh, get those services free of charge, or he made a indecent proposal, as you said. When she refused, because it's her way of I mean income, and when she refused, he took the revenge using another incident where there's an argument between a similar a person of similar involvement of this Kantilata is the name of that lady, and severely, mercilessly attacked her. So I mean, I don't need to explain how merciless it is. So what we need to do also to discuss this in the society, or make it a public discourse, where the most of the Sri Lankan feel if she is a prostitution, if she is a drug addict, if she is a mafia fellow, they need punishment of that nature, a severe nature of punishment, including extrajudicial killing. This need to be eradicated from the minds of the Sri Lankans. He or she can be doing anything, can be a drug peddler, can be a mafia person, can be a prostitute, or anybody. They are supposed to go through the legal procedure, especially spelled out in various laws in Sri Lanka. Nobody can take law into their hands and go for extrajudicial means to punish people. This is very clearly mentioned in the constitution. You should not be face death unless otherwise it was ordered by a court. So what happened in this case? The person who provides sexual services for commercial basis, Kantilata, she was severely attacked because she is a person has no value in the society. But our argument is anybody in this society, irrespective of their profession, irrespective of their social strata, they all entitled to the protection of the fundamental rights. So this is what we are challenging. This is what we are challenging for everybody. I think society should come forward and challenge every action of police when they go beyond their limit. Every action of police when they mercilessly attack people. Every action of police when they brutally torture people. Once you challenge, only we can change our society. We need to change our society. We need to change our society into a better place. That's the only reason. As human, we have to do that. I mean, we have no animosity against police. Well, police is ours. I mean, it's our service. Police is there to protect the people. But when police go beyond their limit, we have to challenge them, and we have to challenge it through the legal means. That's only what we can do.
This is one incident that was caught on camera. We know that there are so many good and honest police officers, but at the same time, this police brutality seems to be a systemic problem. As members of the legal profession, how do you address this issue?
I think it's very important. I think not only the police service. I mean, if you find, if you go through the case what we file in Kandakatia, including the DMO of the police, of the hospital, the judicial medical officers, magistrate, and the prison officer, everybody part of the death. I mean, we as a society, as those who are in also in the legal profession and various other professions, have to take this as a serious note. No way that we can endorse any brutality in the society, especially from those who are entrusted to maintain law and order. Whether it's the police, whether it's the army, we cannot endorse. I think this strong opinion has to be inculcated into the society. Society is in kind of an anesthesia at the moment. They think the bad eggs need to be eliminated. No, bad eggs cannot be eliminated unless otherwise it's discussed and gone through the legal procedures. So this is part of a systematic brutality which is unleashed on the society, especially the voices against dissent. I mean, who gave this power? The society and the state has given a kind of an open check to the police and the various other law enforcement authorities that we don't mind if you eliminate the bad eggs. So once you got that sort of a open check to the police, it's obvious the law enforcement authority use it beyond their limit because there's an endorsement. I think that endorsement needs to be challenged because it is a systematic encouragement, systematic endorsement within the society. So system needs to be challenged as well as those who are uh, acting on that system needs to be challenged, and also those who are go beyond their limits need to be challenged. I mean, no way anybody in Sri Lanka can be tortured by the police. That's very clear. I mean, it can be a pickpocketer, it can be, a person who involved in a rape or anything. There's a law to deal with them. Nobody can take the law into their hands, especially the law enforcement authorities.
As you said, this woman is a sex worker. Talking about sex workers or prostitutes, it's always women get arrested, but nothing will happen to the patrons who pay for the service. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a law in Sri Lanka on brothels. I mean, brothel keepers are also liable to break it to the law. But unfortunately, mainly I would say, women are being subject to the legal procedures. Rarely you bring the brutal honor. But there are incidents, I would say, for the credit of the police, that they bring the brutal honor as well. But the only thing is, uh, those who are taking this soliciting or not taking the sexual services are not being taken into custody. I mean, there's no sufficient law, or the police or the law enforcement authorities are lenient because they are always male. So the women are the subject of harassment because they are providing or they are soliciting the sexual services to other people, which is not acceptable, or it's really violate the law. I think somebody can go to, I mean, Supreme Court and challenge a sexual worker can challenge, and I'm being harassed. Because I provide or I solicit sexual services. How about the man who obtained those things? I mean, equally, they both are equally responsible for the whatever the act. So I think this is how we should develop the Sri Lankan law. The law cannot be stagnated one. Law needs to be developed, and law needs to be evolve from one point to another point. I mean, that's how we call a developing society. Developing does not mean only by buildings, but developing also with culture, with social norms, and with law and order. Everything needs to be developed. So that's how we should. That's how we can build a better society in Sri Lanka.
Let me ask you a different question, Lakshan. I'm sure you know about the conviction of Tamil Nadu former Chief Minister Jayalalitha for corruption charges. There seems to be a sound legal system in India and also fearless judges in India. Honestly, do you think this will ever happen in Sri Lanka? I mean, sending a ruling party politician to jail for corruption and bribery charges?
Well, it's a very important question. My answer is very simple. Unless otherwise you are thrown out of the government or whatever the government, even historically, you will not be charged. Until such time you are remaining in the power or within the power, you will not be charged. The moment you come into the opposition or for the dissenting position, then you will be charged. So in Sri Lanka it works in different ways. In Sri Lanka, it's hardly you can see somebody is being charged while they were in power. But we have enough and enough examples. They were charged once they pushed into the opposition. So I think what we need to do is that create a strong voice that say every corrupted politician needs to be charged. You can see how much they spend on the political campaign. How come they earn that much of money? Some people are spending more than 100 million for a small political campaign. Where they get this money? It can be challenged, either from opposition or a government or whatever it is. these things need to be challenged. But nobody is challenging in Sri Lankan society. We accept and we are numb on the whole situation. So it is not happening. I mean, there's a social acceptance. I think the social acceptance needs to be challenged first. Once you change your mindset, then the people will come forward to challenge these things in the judiciary as well as in the political system. What had happened in India is there are brave people who can challenge. And I'm not going to talk about Jayalalitha's any other anymore, but she's corrupted. We know she's corrupted, and because of that, she got a very good judgment against her. So I think we Sri Lankans also need to follow that same thing. Those who are corrupted need to be challenged.
That concludes our news edition. We meet you again with another news edition of News, Views and Entertainment from Boston and USA. Till then, goodbye.